Thanks and welcome to the 6:15 News with me, K. John Henry at TB. We begin with our top stories. Separatists ambushed government troops in Munyenge southwest region of Cameroon, killing 2 soldiers. 3 others were reported to be seriously injured in the attack. And 2 separatist kingpin Ayabachu and Eric Tato, known as Gary Master, face critical legal battles. Ayabachu has once again seen his detention in Norway extended, while Eric Tato faces formal indictment for inciting crimes against humanity in Cameroon. And next in the country, the forum comes amid rising concerns of littered streets and refuge, as a broken system has forced the government to clean the streets. Top stories. We can equally be joined on our respective platforms on Canal International. We begin from the southwest region, precisely Muyuka, where separatist fighters have ambushed government troops in Munyenge, killing 2 soldiers. 3 others were seriously wounded in the ambush. And our reporter, Southwest Chief Correspondent Ines Ondwambala, is reporting that Muyuka remains the epicenter of the separatist movement.
Separatist fighters' attack occurred here in Munyenge, in Muyuka subdivision, in Fako division of the southwest region of Cameroon. This military armor car has been completely shattered, with 2 soldiers dying on the spot and 3 others severely wounded on board the heavy duty. These elements of defense forces were at the end of their mission in Bafia, not far from Ikata village. As they left their camp en route to Boya, 1 kilometer from their Bafia base, they fell into the dragnet of separatist fighters. 2 died and 3 currently receiving medical attention. It's worth noting that since 2017, Moyoka has been an epicenter of bloody attacks, and the population in this locality continue to live in fear.
Well, thanks very much, Ines Ondwabala reporting there. And in a turning twist, separatist leader Ayabachu's detention in Norway, Gary Master, is now facing formal indictment for crimes or inciting crimes against humanity in Cameroon. Tarike Divine, Ramsey Junior takes a look on those things.
Following a court decision in Oslo on Monday, Joe, a key figure in Cameroon separatist movement, faces accusations of inciting atrocities, including crimes against humanity. Prosecutors say his orders to his militias on the ground led to the targeting, kidnapping and brutal killings of civilians and soldiers, a clear violation of international law. Joe's influence, amplified by social media, has made him one of the most feared leaders in the push for the secession of Cameroon's English-speaking regions. Despite the mounting evidence, his supporters remain loyal, and the case is becoming a key battleground for international justice. Norwegian authorities meantime stressed that Cho's continued detention is necessary to prevent his potential escape and meddling with sources of incriminating evidence. And as the legal process unfolds, experts and especially Emmanuel Salai of the US-based Salai law firm warn the trial could take up to 2 years. Meanwhile, in the USA, Eric Tato, otherwise known as the Gary Master, faces charges of supporting the violent separatist movement. Tato is amongst others accused of raising over $110,000 to fund militia attacks in the northwest and southwest regions. So far, the 9-year-old conflict has already displaced over 1 million people and claimed the lives of some 6,500 others, mostly civilians.
Thanks very much, Ntariki Divine, for that report. And experts are gathering in Yaoundé for a 2-day forum to seek solutions on how to reach our pyramidal refuge and broken system on how to clean the streets. The experts will be meeting alongside the 360 council areas of the country. Details with our Yaoundé correspondent, Beatrice Ngamo.
According to the United Nations Development Programme, Cameroon produces about 6 million tons of waste annually, with only 15% recovered or disposed of. The National Forum for the Management of Urban Waste Resources has brought together stakeholders from different sectors, including local decentralized authorities, environmentalists, and actors of urban development to seek better ways of managing and transforming waste into sustainable assets.
Many proposals came from the region, many proposals came from our diaspora, many proposals came, and we hope that during these 2 days, the high prescription of the head of state.
The forum has as objective to take stock of the waste subsector, identifying its strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of the current management.
We think that through citizen participation and the input of all the different institutions, it is necessary for us to turn our regions into green regions, as well as making money out of the waste.
I think if we come together like this with all the big heads, we are going to turn the challenge into a big success.
Activities of the forum include exhibitions.
The people of Kupe Mwanengumba have expressed satisfaction following the construction of the 53-kilometer stretch of the Bangam-Guti road.
Previously, this road was a nightmare, but today we see it like a dream that we have realized.
Like for those who do farming, it was not really easy for us to transport things from the BC to Bangam. For a bag of cassava to reach from the BC to Bangam, normally pay 1,000, 2,000 upward.
Construction works of the road project, which started August 2024, intensified in Bangam.
I'm a bike rider here in Bangam. Last year we have been having a lot of difficulties to bring passengers from Baobab to Bangam.
It is a giant step in boosting development in Kupe Mwanengumba division of the Southwest region, where inhabitants in the past decade suffered the problem of poor road infrastructure network.
Carrying crops on a bike, transporting cocoa on a bike, due to that route is not easy for us. Bag of cocoa from Baobab to Bangam is 27,000 to 30,000 francs. Traditional
rulers, elites of Kupe Mwanengumba, population rally in Bangam, joining their voices to that of the Secretary General of the Presidency, Elumpolshe, to thank the head of state for the roads project, which will go a long way to enhance economic activity, social mobility, and improve the overall quality of life and promotion of regional development.
The enthusiasm that we see around is just a reflection of the population. We through a lot of suffering.
Elumpolshe at the Paul Biya Stadium in Bangam urged the population to work hard in close with the government to ensure the successful completion of the projects.
The municipality is dominated by agriculture, and we have our island and rainforest, the upper part of.
Meanwhile, in Douala, residents in Nyala are demanding the immediate start of a long-promised road to disenclave the area. Despite years of announcement, not a single stone has been laid, as the people have reached a point of no return. Details with Morinji.
Parked in front of a flatbed, a truck loaded with paving stones, angry residents of Nyala Kambo are refusing to let it move. Their demand clarity and action on long-delayed roadworks meant to ease congestion along Douala's east entrance corridor.
Une entreprise a gagné le marché.
A company won the contract, but the same company awarded a contract to another subcontracting firm. A base was created here. The road trees, stones and other material drop here, but no roads. And that's what the population is questioning. Why we don't have roads up to now. The secondary roads promised years ago remain untouched, and patience has run out. A signboard was placed at the entrance of the road. It gave the deadline of the execution of 8 months, but no details on when the project would begin. And that's where there's ambiguity. Even if we don't have roads, we want those materials to stay on the spot. At the project site, a construction board lists execution timelines, but there is no mention of a start date. This omission has fueled suspicion among residents who fear the project may have been quietly abandoned. Through these spontaneous protests, residents are demanding clear answers. The blocked truck has become a symbol of their anger and unmet expectations. Local authorities are now under pressure to provide firm timelines and reassure the public that the road project will indeed proceed. For now, the streets of Nyala Kambo are not lined with progress, but with frustration.
Thanks very much, Morinti. With preventable diseases in Cameroon on the rise, health experts are now crusading for vaccination. They are trying to raise public awareness and public concerns or confidence in the vaccines, as they met recently in Douala. Details with Cynthia Lati.
Amid the resurgence of certain diseases due to low vaccination rates in Cameroon, health experts are stepping up efforts to combat vaccine hesitancy. Stakeholders are intensifying awareness campaigns about vaccine-preventable diseases, encouraging the public to take full advantage of the services provided by the International Vaccination Center in Douala. Emphasis was placed on the fact that the center is open and accessible to all.
The Centre de Vaccination International gives vaccine to travelers, to all population that's at higher, they have passed the 5 years old, and then even for any other specific disease like dogs bite, even snake bites. These are the specific missions of the Centre de Vaccination International.
Meeting on Tuesday to mark the end of the 51st World Vaccination Week, experts along the vaccination chain raised concerns, including frequent vaccine stockouts, supply chain challenges, and the need for proper conservation methods to maintain vaccine quality.
Always look to the normal indication that are written into the medication. Indication on how to store the medication, how to store the vaccine. And the second advice that I will give, the laboratory will give, is towards the health practitioners to be the one to inform the local population on how to store.
The experts hope that increased public participation will help curb the spread of preventable diseases in the country.
Thanks very much, Cynthia Lati. And in a simultaneous operation that was conducted in Yaoundé early this morning, the gendarmerie actually invaded some very high crime zones or neighborhoods in Cameroon's political capital, and their catch include narcotics, stolen bikes, computers, and of course adulterated alcoholic beverages. With Chief Correspondent Beatrice Ngamo.
A pause at dawn. Moments of reckoning after a tedious night in the capital Yaoundé. We are at Biomasi Gendarmerie Brigade, where the spoils of the hunt by the Yaoundé 2 Company are on display. Whiskey and adulterated wines, which one can mistaken for the preparation of a feast, but not actually the case. These were seized from a makeshift factory run by wrongdoers. Motorcycles, various devices including stolen computers. The suspects, dozens of them, were all rounded up to restore peace in a neighborhood previously plagued by insecurity. In this neighborhood for some time, we were calm, but it has resumed. There are many drugs. From one end to the other, they searched, passing through several gendarmerie brigades. Another major stop was the Chinga Brigade under Yaoundé 1 Company. Stolen motorcycles and narcotics made up the bulk of the booty, with suspects caught in the net, including a pig thief caught red-handed. The mission, prescribed by High Command and supervised by the Gendarmerie Legion commanders, was a success. A simultaneous punch of well-targeted criminal zones noted in the town of Yaoundé and environs. It enables us to distinguish our presence on the field and, above all, arrest many suspects wanted by the Gendarmerie and the police. This security crackdown serves as a warning. The city no longer lives in fear because the Gendarmerie is watching and striking.
Thanks very much, Beatrice Ngamu, and that draws the curtain for this edition of the 6:15 with me, Kejang Henry Atimbe. Lee Pigeon is coming up with the brief de l'actualité. Of course, her panelists are just around. From all of us, it's goodbye from me.